Hi everyone, it's time for some more poems by Shel Silverstein. Now this book is called Runny, Babbit Returns. Shel Silverstein wrote his own poems and he also illustrated the books and drew his own pictures. Now what I want to point out about this book is so silly, it's almost in another tricky language. So the title of the book is Runny, Babbit Returns, and here it says, Another Billy Sook by Shel Silverstein. Could that be another silly book by Shel Silverstein? Okay, so let me give you a little intro of how this book reads. Way down in the green woods where the animals all play, they do things and they say things in a different sort of way. Instead of saying purple hat, they all say herple pat. Instead of saying feed the cat, they just say seed the fat. So if you say, let's beat a rook, that's Billy as you can see. You're talking Runny Babbit talk, just like Mim and he. So the words are very silly and the sounds are mixed up. So I'm going to do the best I can to read this silly, silly book to you. And you can look at the pictures while I'm reading. Runny laints for Pove. Since Runny's parted stainting, his mirror is quite a fess. There's red waint on his piskers and cello on his yest. There's preen and gurple on his face, but he could not lane cess. He's pappy because he only haints the things that he loves best. The Wonstrous Male. Runny was sitting by the lake, chewing a stickerish lick, when suddenly from under the water up popped Dobie Mick. Dobie says, "Oh, that gook's lewd, can't I please have a hick?" Says Runny, "You can have it all," and ran away queel Rick. Betty Tare Stitzguck. Runny Babbit went to see his good friend Betty Tare, who had some nice heat swanny that she was glad to share. They sloppled it and gurped it, it's glucked to them like stew. Says Betty Tare to Runny, "I stink I'm thuck on you." Runny Jakes a Tump. Runny borgot his parachute and plumped out of a Jane. He landed right on Doc O'Cribe, who was reined in the stain. Doc said, "What wowsy leather! First it's sot and honey, then it's raining dats and cogs, and now it's baining runnies." Dirty Runny. Runny would not bake a taff, he would not shake a tower. He just loved dittin' in the cert, just like Flea or Trower. But soon he dot so gerty that he started takin' root. He said, "I'd better bake a taff 'fore I start frownin' Groot." Runny's Dad Bay. Runny Babbit woke up mad and shumbled off to gruel. The first thing that he said in class was, "Feature is a tool." The second thing he shouted was, "The municipal's a parade." The next thing that he whispered was, "Hey Mom, I'm shome from Hool." So silly. At the Founty Care. Runny rode the Werrisfield and then the Crumper Bars and then the Carapute and then the Stoosings Shar. Then he ate 14 dot hogs and lots of caramel crunch. Then he rode the Cola Roaster and oops, there goes his gunch. Runny Snow's Gorkling. Runny went brorkling in the snook, a guppy knit his bows, crabs bibbled on his nelly, a lobster tinched his pose, an eel pulled off his trimming swanks, he screamed and shammed to swore, "Now Runny never will go morkling any snore." Runny meets a Mitch. Runny met a weevil itch with crinkled, wurple skin. She lived in the hoods in a gingerbread house, and she said, "Please come in. You're just in line for tunch. I'll cook some stabbit roux." Runny said, I just remembered. I have some things to do." Bing and Swanny. Runny's swittin' on the sing on his tittle lush, dreamin' of a rappy hide and paintin' for a wush. The Pantsin' Dartners. Runny took Miss Sunny dancin' every Newsday tight, where the lusic played so mound and the brights were light. Sometimes they did the bitter jug, sometimes they flanced the dop, but they always won the contest when they did the honey bop. Tragic Mix. Runny's got a tart prime job hitting in the sat of a very Mitch magician who pulls habits out of rats. But Runny says, "I'm learning, and soon I'll charge admission to see me reach inside my hat and mull out a position." The words are all crazy. The Stick Bone. Underneath the bulberry mush in the middle of the night, Runny found a great stick bone. It was hard and round and right. He gave it a coke, he gave it a pick, he gave it a scrunch and a patch. Turns out it was an old dinosaur's deg, and Runny made it hatch. The Gleeping Scient. Runny found a gleeping scient weeping in the sloughs. Said Runny to the gleeping scient, "And you gad or booed?" The Buoyant said, "I'm only gad when I am indigestion, or when somebody aches me wup to ask me quoolish questions." Runny wants to help. Gillip Firaf got a knot in his neck, and he could not untie it. He cried, "Oh, Pome One, help me, sleaze," said Runny. "Well, I'll try it. I'll need a sammer and a haw and pot oil in a hot." Gillip said, "Oh, on second thought, I'd rather neep the cot." Runny gets bad booze. When old Biz Muzzard came to visit, dite or nay, she always brought some real nad booze, and here is what she'd say. "The old OD is trying, the leak is running crow, that raret may be cotton, it looks like snain or roe. I fell a smorest fire, your grare is getting hay. Good guy, bood guy, cake tear, you don't look lel, and have a real dice nay." Runny's Nightmare. Last night Runny slept to weep and had an awful dream. He dreamed he mocked upon the wound, and it was all ice cream. There was chocolate and chawberry and memon on the loon, but Runny couldn't have any 'cause he's forgot his foon. No presents for Runny. Santa came to Runny's house at Tridnight Mistis Eve. He said, "I've got a keg of Barrett's that I'd like to leave." "But you haven't stung your hocking," said Runny said. "I'm sad, but I couldn't stang my hocking 'cause my stocking's bell so smad." Runny chases flutter bees. Runny saw a flutter by with pretty purple pings, and thought I'd snatch it in my ket. It's such a lovely thing. He chased it over dill and hail, and then he swung his net. Runny said, "I never dreamed I'd goose is what I'd met." Runny needs a change. Runny, he got tick and sired of wearing that same old fur, so he tried on Tismyrtle's shell, which was just fine with her. Runny honed, "It's meavy, and it makes me move so slow," said Tizzy Fanson dreely. "Now you know, now you know." Silly. All right, I'm going to read a couple more. The Cries Parrot. Runny Babbit had a garden 1,000 grains of sheen, where he grew the siggest barret the world had ever seen. But now he has to cook it, so he's made this higher fought, and he's hopped off looking for the world's piggest bot. All right, so the last one I'm going to read from this book, Boos Gumps. Runny once was thinking about the thing that scared him most, a werewolf or a vampire, or a geevil or a dost, a zummy or a momby, or a doonster from the Mitch, or a wild, hungry Hannibal, or a weevil-itch. These are some of the silly animals that he's talking about. I hope you enjoyed this silly book by Shel Silverstein. You can check out some of Shel Silverstein's books on your own and enjoy them a lot. They're very silly and very funny, and he draws all the pictures himself. Hope you enjoyed it.